is Wednesday morning. It's about 11:15, I think. I have picked up the phone, bits and pieces, Monday, Tuesday, which you've probably already seen little snippets, but I haven't had a chance to really sit down and have a talk to anybody. It has been full on this week already. Today is only Wednesday. I can't tell you how many phone calls and meetings I've had, and I have another 2 today. I think one is going to get rescheduled though because she's not feeling very well, which I'm actually kind of grateful for. I'm hoping to have a very easygoing afternoon because it has been insane. Lots of exciting projects and things that I'm helping clients with, so that's always a good thing. As I've mentioned, and I feel like I'm repeating myself time and time again, February is always nuts. I have been feeling a little run down. The weather has not helped. It has been so humid here. I feel like I'm living back in Cairns, which for anyone who is new here and listening in, I used to live in Cairns for several years, and it was hot. Not just hot, very high humid, and I think they're predicting some rain and some cool temps to drop down tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it happens. Last night though, there was a beautiful breeze which cooled everything down, which was really lovely. Today it doesn't seem to be too hot, it's just really muggy, so very humid. So no need for the air conditioning today yet. Maybe that will change, I don't know. If the sun comes out, I dare say we'll probably end up flicking it on, but today we've just got the fans on, so it's kind of a bit manageable. But I just thought I'd hop on here and have a quick chat about different things when it comes to being separating yourself from a small business and a freelancer. I have had this question a lot with people that I've just had general conversations with. Some people have reached out to me on Instagram with a DM in regards to what is the difference. In all honesty, there's not much. So I just thought I'd chat for a couple of minutes. I'll try not to waffle on for too long and talk about the differences of what a freelancer is compared to a small business owner. I guess people target small business owners as someone who's managing a team, might have a shop somewhere or an office space. That's generally not the case. A lot of the times these freelancers is directed more for a digital space. It could be someone that's doing exactly what I'm doing. So I do a lot of websites, social media content, a lot of administration roles, anything within that space that sort of comes under the umbrella of media, but I'm running everything by myself. I don't have a team of people. I don't hire anybody to help me do the work. I do everything myself. Thankfully, there are many platforms out there that can also help you direct and work with different ways of managing your work better, so you're not always finding the time-consuming amount of time doing stuff. Yes, ChatGPT is a great one, as long as you're not letting it dictate your life, but using it more as a guide to run your business. It's very much an essential tool that I have started doing for the last 8 to 9 months now, and I've got to tell you, it's cut back a lot of research and time that's spent where needed. But outside of that, I guess when I had my business coaching, my business coach was telling me, in all respect, I am in some respect a sort of like a business coach, because I'm giving guidance in the digital space to small businesses. So even though I might be referred to as a freelancer because I'm contracting those digital services out for somebody as an individual, I'm still considered a sole trader as far as the government is concerned, which means I am a small business. So small business and freelancer, I guess there's a lot of disdain perhaps that's affiliated with freelancer, because most people look at Airtasker and freelancer type platforms where you just hire some random person from around the world to quickly get a job done for you. You pay them the money and you may or may not ever speak to them again. If they did the job really well and you want to keep them as a contact, you may contract them later for further work. I know I certainly started my gig out like that. I was registered on Freelancer, Airtasker, and even on LinkedIn, and I contracted my services out to people who needed guidance and things, even right down to designing someone's Facebook page, anything and everything, just to get my name out there in the digital space and to start building that portfolio. So I think the stigma and disdain that's associated with freelancer is that it often comes with that guise, right? So most people are just going online and hiring someone for a quick $50 job or a quick $200 job. But ultimately, if you decide to develop your business from there, you then convert from freelancer to small business. And how that happens is you end up developing your own brand, your own identity, you have your own client base, you start to have a specific business module that you use as a guide to help you get the work done, to help you have your own income and manage whatever outsources of income you need, expenses, whatever is associated to how you operate your business, converts you to being just a freelancer who just gets paid the odd job here and there to someone who is a small business. So if you choose to continue getting your client work through platforms like Freelancer and Airtasker, where they're just paying you these cash-like jobs for stuff, you probably would be still considered just a freelancer because you're not really holding a client base. And then when you start to hold that client base and start to develop that business model, you do become a small business owner. So I realize that in a lot of my videos, I talk to you and say that I am a freelancer, but ultimately I am a small business because my business model is around a small business and operating that small business with my client base. So this is a lesson learned for me as well, to not discredit myself and say that I am a freelancer. I am not. I'm self-employed. So even though I've been doing this for a really long time, this is a good lesson for me to learn with the feedback from you who send me messages to say, are you really a freelancer, or would you consider yourself a small business, or what is the difference? Is there a difference? Are they the same? So thank you for your messages. Thank you for reaching out and talking to me about things like that, because I feel like you should always, even as a small business owner or runner or whatever model you're running in your life, that you should always progressively be learning. You should never ever stop, which means you never have the answers to everything. And even though I've been doing this for so long, there's still so much, even in the last month, that I have learned about myself and about my business that I didn't know last year. And so it is thanks to conversations that you have with people. It is thanks to people raising questions, because then I reflect on those questions internally and realize, oh yeah, I really need to stop calling myself a freelancer, because I am a sole trader, which means I am self-employed and I am running a small business. So without me waffling on any further about that, I hope that answers a lot of questions to anyone who is out there thinking of doing their own thing. You may start out as a freelancer, but once you start to develop that business model, you really become self-employed as a business owner, and that is the significant difference. And once you start to identify that you are that sole trader, that business owner, you find that your whole brand changes. You start to feel more direction, you start to feel more solid and confident in the direction you're taking, and you certainly start to develop your brand off that, and communication with your clients gets clearer and better as well. So I just wanted to hop on here and have that little business chat with anyone who is perhaps thinking about it, perhaps in the same field, perhaps has the same questions that I have had, and I just wanted to give some clarification on that. So hopefully everyone is having a really great week. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I know here in Sydney a lot of people are suffering from this humidity. I am yet to speak to someone that is loving the weather. So hopefully we get this cool change tomorrow. And I'm really hoping, didn't really get much of a chance to do a lot of things in the last couple of weeks that we had planned to do. There's a pioneer village down in Kangaroo Valley I would love to go and visit. I don't know when we'll get the time to do that, but I'm hoping in the coming days we'll start to get to do a little bit more outings and sort of have a big break, because for the last 2 weeks specifically, I have been really glued to my desk and the laptop. So I'm really looking forward to a bit of a break myself. But just thought I'd check in. Hope you're all well, and I'll chat to you soon. And I guess you'll just see more of me doing my thing.